wanted to do a quick little sharing with you guys on some science that was sent to me by a friend who is influenced by paleo principles. And she recently received this notice of a study that had been done, which indicated that a low-carb diet was more beneficial for cardiovascular disease when compared with a high-carb diet, high-carb, low-fat diet. The title of this study, makes you jump. It's like, oh, wow, here's some data that shows a low-carb diet is successful. And then I looked a little bit into the details of the study. And check this out. The restriction for the folks who were doing the plant-based side of the diet was that they had to have less than 30% of their diet consisting of fat. In other words, up to 30%. I quickly looked up the average fat intake for the standard American diet. It's 35%. So if you're making a restriction in this study that the plant-based folks can have up to 30% fat in their diet, that's hardly any correction at all in terms of fat. To characterize that as a low-fat diet is absurd. So the whole study can be thrown out the window in terms of revealing anything useful in terms of comparing a low-carb diet to a high-carb diet. Of course, most of us in the know recognize that when we talk about a low-fat diet, we're talking about 10% or lower of caloric intake consists of fat. And some people do very nicely on 5%. So this kind of science is misleading at best and unconscionable at worst, because it fosters this ignorance in the public mind regarding the value of low-carb diets, which are not healthy in any respect. They're damaging over the long term. I quickly went over to Dr. Greger's site, and of course he's got several great videos on the superiority of plant-based diets over, high-fat, high-protein, low-carb diets. And he has some studies. I think in 2001 there's a study that shows dilation of blood vessels is greatly increased on a plant-based diet. It's straightforward. So anyway, just wanted to highlight this common phenomena, which is folks on the paleo side presenting superficially what look like data supporting the value of a low-carb diet, and then when you look into the details of the study and you compare it to reality and what actually is a low-fat diet, it comes up wanting. So, in other words, no value to this study whatsoever. Anyway, I'll post the study below to refer to if you want. Anyway, thanks a lot. Take care.